This is day 108. The storm unleashes. We underestimate the power of focus. It's easy to look at someone highly successful and imagine they were born with something the rest of us lack, a rare gift, an inborn talent, or an extraordinary stroke of luck. But most of the time, the secret to their success isn't found in some mythical ability or chance, it's in their focus. When you see someone at the peak of their abilities, you're witnessing the culmination of years, sometimes decades of concentrated energy. They gathered strength, sharpened their purpose, and directed their efforts towards a single point. Like a storm that brews quietly over the ocean, gathering force until it unleashes its full power, their success is in the result of sustained focus and deliberate action. There is power in a singular focus. Imagine the raw energy in a storm, a force so powerful it can shape landscapes, tear down walls, and leave a permanent mark on everything in its path. That same kind of energy exists within each of us, not in the literal sense of wind and rain, but in the form of our focus. When we direct all our time, energy, and effort toward one purpose, we become a force to be reckoned with. The problem is that most of us don't realize this potential because our focus is too scattered. We live in an age of distraction, where we're pulled in 100 directions at once. It's easy to spread ourselves too thin, dividing our time and attention between tasks, goals, obligations that seem urgent but aren't truly important. But what if we choose differently? What if instead of trying to juggle everything, we concentrated all our energy on a single goal? Like the gathering strength of a storm, our power would grow exponentially. Hours of singular focus would turn into days, weeks, and years of progress. Over time, that focus would compound, and we'd become unstoppable. This is the unique opportunity of our time. We live in an extraordinary moment in history. For much of human existence, survival was the primary focus. Our ancestors didn't have the luxury of choosing what to focus on. They spent their days securing food, shelter, safety. Even today, there are people in the world who don't have the freedom to focus on anything beyond basic survival. But for many of us, the circumstances are different. We have the ability and the privilege to choose what we focus on. That freedom gives us incredible power, but it also comes with a responsibility. The question isn't whether we can focus, it's whether we will. We can gather strength just like the storm. Success isn't about bursts of effort, it's about sustained focus over time. It's about gathering strength, even when the progress feels slow or invisible. Every hour spent honing a skill, every ounce of effort poured into a project, every failure endured and learned from. These moments build upon each other, growing like the clouds of a storm until finally they unleash their power. This process isn't always glamorous. In fact, it's often tedious. The early stages of focus can feel like you're spinning your wheels, making very little progress. But persistence is the key. The more you focus, the more momentum you build, and eventually you reach a tipping point where everything clicks into place. That's when the storm is unleashed and all of your effort pays off. So, how do you choose what to focus on? The real challenge isn't just focusing, it's choosing what to focus on. With so many possibilities, how do you decide where to direct your energy? The answer lies in purpose. What truly matters to you? What are you willing to commit to, even when it's difficult? The things that ignite your passion and align with your values are worth your focus. When you choose to pour your energy into something meaningful, the effort doesn't feel wasted, even in moments of struggle, because it's tied to something bigger than yourself. So, you can unleash your own storm. Every one of us has the potential to be a storm. The energy is already there, waiting to be channeled. The question is whether we'll allow ourselves to focus, whether we'll have the patience to gather strength, the persistence to endure the process, and the courage to choose a path and stick to it. The next time you find yourself admiring someone's success, remember, you're not seeing the years of quiet preparation, the countless hours of focus, or the small sacrifices they made along the way. You're seeing the storm they've unleashed after a lifetime of effort. And here's the good news. You can do the same. It starts with a choice. Focus your energy, gather your strength, and when the time comes, let the storm within you unleash its full power.